Singer made a big shot to cut it to 3 at halftime. They really did a good job slowing the tempo down in the second half. We didn't handle that real well. We had some quick shots. There's 2 back-to-back turnovers. There's a key turning point as well on the press offense. And give them credit. They hurt us on the offensive glass in the first half to really, we did a great job in the first half. We had over 15 for 40 from the field. They had 10 offensive rebounds. And they scored a number of baskets on those offensive rebounds. I thought the Oregon going in was really, really good. And obviously, I was very impressed with them today. I thought they really were tough, very scrappy, set good screens. So you got to give them a lot of credit. I thought that the artists and Cassini were really key guys for them today. And obviously, Tony Woods only missed 1 shot. A number of those were dump shots. So now the key for us is how we bounce back from this, going into the most difficult road trip of the season for anybody in the Pac-12 this year, the Warriors and everything else here. Questions?
The defensive looks that Oregon threw at you in the second half, how much did that kind of slow down the offense a little bit?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
The defensive looks that Oregon threw at you in the second half, the zone and then the press.
We missed some open looks. I mean, Jordan Adams, for example, had 2 or 3 wide open threes that he'd been making all season long. So we had some good looks that didn't go down for us as well. That Shabazz had a couple good looks that didn't go down for him in the second half. But give them credit. I mean, Oregon came in here and beat us on our home floor, and that puts them in the driving seat right now as the league continues next week.
And much of the difficulty that Travis can create coming outside, do you lose that a little on the inside with that matchup goes against you when they have big guys like Woods?
Well, we failed a couple of times. Twice we forgot to come double the ball in the post. And we had a lot of breakdowns that way where we forgot a couple different times, and we're supposed to be double in the post. And one time it was Austin, I think, scored, got fouled. Another time it was Woods. A number of his baskets, I don't think were one-on-one against Travis. I just think that, and Travis had to play good. I thought Travis did a pretty good job defensively, especially on his help today. He was really helping on Singer. We did a great job defending Singer. We ended up with 9 points against the other guys. And they got good depth. And Kazemi, obviously, a late pickup. They picked him up in September on the transfer from Rice. It's really been a great addition because we got 11 rebounds today. And they're all big. They outboard us by 9 boards. We talked about what is our Achilles heel been for us and what concerns the most. Number one is rebounding. And again, today we got outboarded by 9.
Coach, you talked about the rebounding yesterday, how good of a rebounding team Oregon was. What makes them so tough to keep off the glass?
Well, they're just physical, they're strong. It's my fault. We haven't obviously done a good enough job teaching blockouts because we're early in the game, and I'll go back and watch the film right now when we get done. I remember in the first 3 minutes, they had about 5 offensive rebounds in a row. And we had 2 of our players at half court, wait for the ball to get rebounded by somebody else. And so it's something, we're going to have to really work at here in the coming week of practice to try to get it solved because it's going to be a problem for us moving forward until we get it figured out.
That's it, we just blocking out.
Yeah, blocking out and going towards it every time.
Ben, you guys only shot 37% in the second half. I mean, was fatigue a factor? I mean, you're only using a 7-man bench right now.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, you have a better question to ask the players if they feel like they're, it's a quick turnaround game from Thursday, but we played at 6 o'clock. We've done 2 weeks in a row. We're at home. We miss open shots. I don't think it's fatigue, but, I thought, I probably should have put Tony gave us great minutes off the bench in the first half. I thought Norman did a terrific job in the game for us today overall and really played inspired and did a good job for us.
Coach, with Tony, you mentioned that he only played 3 minutes, got 2 rebounds and a block in that. Is that something that you felt like maybe he could have played more? Or
Yeah, looking at it now, in retrospect, for sure.
Shabazz said, I think he had 10 of your last 12 points in the first half, then he didn't have any points in the second. Do you need him to be more consistent, especially on offense?
You know, he missed some open shots, and people are during their offense, or should be defense, I should say, for him. And, you know, give them credit. And, you know, sometimes, I thought he did a good job tonight, Shabazz, and particularly getting defensive rebounds. He had 5 of them, so I was pleased with that.
Ben Shabazz didn't start, he was just aggressive, what the reason was?
Yeah, he was late for he was just asleep. I mean, we had that Thursday night, and, you know, he had class at 9 a.m. on Friday morning. He had his car towed, so he had to go run his car down Friday morning from parking it in the wrong spot. And I think he was tired, so he was just sleeping in his dorm. It was no big deal, but because he was late, I think it was fine.
Is that a tough decision for you?
It is what it is.
I'm sure you've played against players that you missed in recruiting before, but going against a guy like Dominic Artis who was committed to you, what was that like, just seeing what he's able to do?
I think he's a really good player. That's why we want him. That's why, I wish he would have stayed with his commitment.
Coach, how does that affect the guys with Shabazz coming off the bench today as opposed to starting?
Well, the first half it didn't affect him at all. He played well. In the second half he started, and so I don't think it had a big effect on him at all, to be honest.
Any reason for the uptick in turnovers in the last 2 games? And you addressed it a little bit before.
Well, the rest today, I think we had a couple of them there, but and you're right. 15 turnovers is a glaring thing for us, and we had a couple of unforced turnovers, uncharacteristic. So we've got to get back to emphasizing the care of the ball. I think it's big for us.
Coach, are you taking more jump shots than you wanted to track your home?
Well, we're a jump shooting team. We miss some wide open jump shots. I mean, that's what we do. So, I'm not disappointed with that at all. I mean, we got to finish a little better around the basket. We had the one shot late that Travis missed when he had the Lloyd on him. That was, a big play. And you got to give them credit. It was a 1-point game. Remember Lloyd driving in the basket, missing a layup, and they got the offensive rebound by Cazzini to put it back in. I mean, you just think about all the points of the game. There were some big plays. I thought Dave Ware in the second half gave us a great lift off the bench with drawing 2 offensive fouls. And we've got to do a better job drawing fouls. We had more opportunities in that. One time we had a chance to draw one on Woods coming down the lane. Instead we reached in to go for the steal and instead of taking the charge. So I was really pleased with Dave getting a couple offensive charges today.
Is it especially unfortunate timing given the fact that you guys are going on this Arizona road trip to have your 10-game win streak and right before the road trip?
Anytime you lose, it's ill-timed.
Time for one more question.
Are you concerned at all? I mean, it's been a while since you lost, that the young players are going to be able to bounce back from this.
Hey, it's what you have to do. I mean, how we bounce back. We're going into what is arguably the toughest road trip of the league based on, the records of our next 2 opponents on the road. So this would be a real good test for us. And, we're going to work real hard to prepare for our game Thursday this coming week.